Hi guys, how you doing? I wanted to tell you about a project that I've been working on for a little while, but has kind of gathered momentum without me really planning it that way. Effectively, as you can see, I'm sat here with my scanner, and what you can't see is this giant pile of books behind it. Effectively what I'm doing is I'm scanning in at as high a resolution as I can get away with all of the out of copyright early boxing, wrestling and fencing books that I have. I've got Donnelly's work up online on the site now, and I'm currently working on the All England series Wrestling by Walter Armstrong. It's quite a nice little book. It's the same series of books that Allinson Wynn's boxing and single stick were part of. I'm going to go through as many as I can, but during the course of doing this, it was suggested to me that perhaps I ought to try and get hold of some of the really rare books. And I realised very quickly that I had a fairly unique opportunity to get hold of a copy of The Cornish Hug Wrestler by Sir Thomas Parkins. It was originally published right at the beginning of the 1700s. This particular one is a third edition. It was published in 1727. Which is absolutely perfect. It's the best one because the first two editions weren't as good. He actually went back and corrected the book for the third edition, and it's got a number of pictures in it and a description of a whole wrestling system. It's fantastic. It's the earliest English work on wrestling. Now there are a number of other works that have a bit of wrestling in them, but the first dedicated wrestling work is this one. Now the issue with that is that it's wildly out of my price range. It's £1,500. In dollars, that's probably about $2,250, approximately. I don't have that kind of money lying around. I'm sure most people don't. But it was suggested to me that perhaps I ought to look at a crowdfunding idea for this, as maybe to offer it out and to offer copies of the scans and various other rewards, and to see if people would donate in order to get this book purchased so we could get it scanned in, get it online, and actually get this system out there. Now, there are some transcriptions out there. One was done by Ken Frenger a little while ago, and Ken's very open about the fact that as transcriptions go, it's pretty limited. It's a pretty good transcription. I have no doubt Ken's a great martial artist and a good scholar as well. You know, he's not going to have put it out there if he wasn't happy with it, but it doesn't have any of the pictures. And we don't know which edition it is, and the whole it's not really that workable. Now the idea is to get this book, get it scanned in at a high resolution and make it available. So that's what I've done. It hasn't been without its problems. I used GoFundMe, because effectively GoFundMe say, you set a target, and then whatever you get towards that target you can keep. Because the idea was that if I don't make it to the £1,600, because you've got to allow for fees and deductions and things, and I couldn't get Parkins, then I'd be able to get something that was out of my price range, and whatever we do, we can increase the body of knowledge and increase what's out there. But it turns out that after I'd set this up and I'd told everyone about it, GoFundMe don't accept PayPal contributions, which seems a bit odd to me. But they don't. There's nothing I can do about that. And a number of people contacted me to say, I'd really like to donate, but I can't. I want to donate using PayPal, and they won't let me, so I can't donate. So I've ended up moving across to Indiegogo, which, like GoFundMe, will allow me to collect the money to a specific target, but if we don't manage to make it to that target, then it will still allow me to take those funds and to spend them on something, even if it's not Parkins. But I really hope it's Parkins. This is a fantastic work and an amazing opportunity. This is an incredibly rare book, and to be able to get the first ever dedicated English wrestling system out there for everyone to see would be quite something. So now we come to the point of this video. I'm sure you're way ahead of me and you already know what I'm going to say. There's a link down below in the description. Please have a look, go along and have a look at the campaign. If you can donate towards it, there's a list of rewards, there's all sorts of things there. From just a copy of the work, high resolution scans, videos based on the work itself, some exclusive video material, all the way through to me coming out to you, to wherever you are in the world and teaching your class. Have a look. If you can spare anything, I'd be really, really grateful. It's a really good cause, and we can hopefully we can put English wrestling back on the map. That in HEMA, you either do Ringen, German medieval wrestling, or you do Abbracciare, Italian medieval wrestling, or you do pugilism. And that's utterly ridiculous, because England was famed as a centre for wrestling, and nobody's doing it. And hopefully this will allow it to take its proper place up there with other wrestling systems of the past. So check it out, please. I'd be really, really grateful if you could maybe contribute a few pounds. If you can't, that's okay. You know, it's a big thing for me to ask you for money for a project. I realise that. And if you can, that's brilliant. But if you can't, don't worry. But please spread the word and let people know that this project's out there, and that if they want to get their hands on some really good quality scans, then give me a shout and get on there, get signed up. Donate. I think £5 is what you have to donate to get a copy, which, to be perfectly honest, it's not an awful lot of money really. I lose £5 down the back of the sofa on a regular basis. My children find it, and then I have to beg for it back. But in the grand scheme of things, yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you could. Anyway, I'll stop talking now, because I'm clearly just blathering on and repeating myself. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.